This week on AYL TV, Kurt and Jake are pushing the limits down at the UTV Takeover. Will Oxley is discovering state programs that are helping youth learn to recreate outdoors responsibly. And Reece and Marianne Stein are hiking their way to Bonanza Flats.
I'm Jake and this is Kurt with Slick Rock Productions, and we are in beautiful Sand Hollow at the UTV Takeover.
We got a whole bunch of folks with us today. We're going to go guide double Sammy. A lot of these guys have never done it before. You're not going to want to miss this. It ought to be a really good time.
Yeah, I came to UTV Takeover because I wasn't able to do it last year because of work, but I was free this time and I wanted to do it. And I passed by this trail like all the time, but I was so terrified to do it by myself, but it was pretty awesome to come here with you guys and just kind of do this trail and accomplish it and do all these things, these really cool things that I didn't think I could do. My favorite part was the spotters. Spotters gave me the confidence to do all these obstacles that I would never think of doing because they're honestly terrifying. But the spotters were really awesome. Gave me the confidence to go up these crazy hills and off cambers, and my side-by-side was rocking like this, and it's pretty crazy. It was pretty awesome. Great experience.
This has been a blast. I've really enjoyed it. This is, I've only been on one other trail in this area.
Yeah.
And this one was super fun.
This is a wonderful mecca of off-roading out here.
Yeah, it blows me away. And especially the capability of these UTVs. It's amazing what you can do with them.
It's super fun to watch everybody kind of go over these obstacles, kind of get, get a feel for it, and then they come back. And when you have a good experience when you start out, it makes all the difference. Yeah. But let's talk about Warren for a minute.
Okay.
We're guys who happen to get stuck a lot. We use a lot of recovery equipment, and we're here to tell you that Warren is one of our favorite companies out there. You guys save our butts left and right, and you guys support a lot of these events, and we really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Our products are made in the USA. They're made to last. When people are out here on the trail, we want them to have some assurance that their winch is going to work when they truly need it. So
we can speak from experience. We broke a lot of winches out here. And there's a lot of guys out that, if you're just lifting a plow up and down, almost any old winch will do. But if you're gonna get serious and you're gonna get in trouble, and let's face it, when you need a winch, you're in trouble. And if you're in bad trouble, you guys save our butts. So we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Halfway through the trail right now. So far, everybody's doing really well, but the tough part's yet to come. You're not going to want to miss this. While we get ready, check out this next story.
Bonanza Flats Conservation Area on the backside of Guardsman Pass exploded in yellow this fall as the cottonwoods made their yearly transition.
I have been coming up here ever since I was a kid. The aspen forest here, this old growth forest is I think it's my favorite forest in the world. Just the oldest aspens, the biggest aspens, and it's just so beautiful.
Seven years ago, the city of Park City ponied up $25 million to turn 1,534 acres of private land into a public paradise. An additional $13 million in private and public donations sealed the deal. Miles of non-motorized trails transit open meadows of wildflowers, stands of old-growth quaking aspen, pine-covered forests dotted with small ponds and inviting lakes.
It's beautiful up here. I mean, it's like a preserved ecosystem, and it's just so pleasant to be up in the mountains out of the heat.
For Danny Horns, this is physical therapy.
Well, I'm recovering from an injury right now, a sciatic nerve pinch, and this offers, I think, the best low-angle hiking I've seen in the Wasatch area, so that's why I appreciate it right now.
Renee Zollinger is using the area to train and exercise Samantha, a young yellow lab and future guide dog for the blind.
I think it is so beautiful. I love being up in the aspens, which is such a treat, and we didn't see a single solitary person the entire time we sat in here and picnicked and enjoyed the weather.
Seen any moose yet?
Not any moose, not today.
Well, moose are common in the preserve, and we got lucky. Marianne and I came across moose on our first 3 visits to Bonanza Flats. Moose are the largest member of the deer family. They survived the last ice age and showed up in Utah 100 years ago. They can be dangerous, so we kept our distance and they didn't seem to notice our passing. The area is also home to mule deer, elk, mountain lion, and all kinds of birds.
The trees are amazing. We don't have those aspen trees in Germany, so I love it, like a lot.
The hike to Blood's Lake is the most popular. A 2.5-mile-long trail gains 462 feet, mostly right near the lake. Blood's Lake sits in a basin at a breathtaking 9,000 feet. It's a great family destination and a popular, if brisk, summer swimming hole, although swimming is not encouraged. And you might want to leave Fido home. Dogs are not allowed on this new trail or at the lake. But they're welcome on the rest of the preserve, as are horses and mountain bikes. New single tracks for bikes are being built.
I love this area. We just discovered it last year, and it is the greatest stands of quaking aspen I've been around. I just could stand here and watch the leaves quiver all day. The flowers are beautiful. They of course change seasonally, but right now we're big into blue and yellow.
Reece Stein with Marianne and Jim, AYL at Bonanza Flats.
Welcome back to AYL. We're here. This is my friend Don. Don and I have known each other for a lot of years. This is the spokesman for all the UTV takeovers. One of the most entertaining guys in this industry. I absolutely have a ball listening to you, going through the motions. I feel like sometimes we compete for who's the louder person, and I probably lose. But Don is my friend. He's been around a long time. Let's talk about the UTV takeover a little bit.
Yes.
So let's talk about the history of it. You guys travel a lot of states.
We have. We've Oregon, Coos Bay just started Winchester this year, our inaugural event there, which was awesome. Idaho,
Sturgis, Virginia, Oklahoma, beautiful Sand Hollow, Utah. It's awesome.
We absolutely love having you guys here. This is our home state.
Yes.
And so we've supported UTV Takeover for a lot of years. We absolutely love you guys. I really love the camaraderie of all the people. It brings a lot of genres. A lot of people travel from a lot of states to come to these. We meet a lot of new people. They get to experience a lot of things for the first time. You've probably made a lot of friends along the way. A lot of people you consider family.
Yes, our team, 100% family, dude. We get together, we hang out, we go to birthdays, we go to parents' birthdays, kids' birthdays. We hang out, we're all across the nation, Tennessee, Oregon, Washington, Texas, Virginia. We celebrate everything together. And then the spectators and the workers, all the vendors, we know them, they're friends of ours as well.
Right.
When we come back, Coos Bay, we've been there for several years since we started. Right. We know the police force out there, we know the fire department, we know the paramedics, and it's because we build that base within the community, yeah, for sure.
Those are super important relationships, especially with the towns, the police force.
Really, it just comes down to respect. You know, we're really lucky, we're fortunate to have this in our backyard down here. It's an amazing place to recreate. But we got to remember it is right in the middle of hurricane, and we really want to respect the community and respect everyone else out here that's recreating. We want to ensure that the public here is able to recreate responsibly and safely, and that everyone has a good time. So if we keep that in the back of our minds, that'll really help us.
The big thing with these OHVs is they are designed for unimproved terrain, to go on dirt and on those uneven surfaces, and so they do react a little bit differently on paved surfaces. And so as they're transitioning from operating off-road to on paved roads, we want to let our public know and our OHV users know that it will operate differently and it will handle differently than a regular motor vehicle. Same with the safety equipment. There's not as much safety equipment, so there's a specific street legal law for OHVs, and they are registered as such, as a street legal OHV. So with that, there are some minor restrictions there that they can't operate on certain roadways. A lot of this information is spelled out in our statute, or you can visit our webpage, ohv.utah.gov. And some basics of those is things like blinkers, insurance, windshields, that street legal license plates.
I know that you guys are advocates, and the law enforcement comes around, they are almost always very respectful as well.
Yes.
But we also have a big impact on the towns. And please, when you leave here, turn your light bars off. Be respectful. People live here, of course.
It's a spectator sport and participant sport, and we do come to the towns. We do our best to make sure everything, there's signs, it's clear, so that we're not jamming up traffic. We hope to bring a lot of revenue to the town. We also want to bring awareness to wherever we're at. So Sand Hollow, Utah has gotten more riders out here and participants, hopefully from our event. That's our goal. So they know it's here. Oh, I've been here before, now I can come back. So, and it's a big deal to us, for sure, because if it doesn't work with the town, it doesn't work with us.
It doesn't work.
And so it has to work.
Welcome back to AYL. We are at the top of Double Sammy, and we are about to take everybody up the chute. And if you haven't seen it, check this out.
You ever been on this trail?
No.
I guessed that by listening to you earlier. No, I'm guessing your husband hasn't been on this trail either, right?
No.
No. You want to come back?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
I did.
I feel like your wife was a little bit nervous through there.
You think?
A little bit. Were you nervous a little bit?
Very.
Yeah. What was your overall experience? You think it was good?
I'm just thankful you guys were there to guide us.
Well, you guys did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you ride primarily?
Both rock and sand.
Rock and sand?
Yeah.
Do you like one more than the other? Do you like?
No, I like them both.
Gotcha.
I'm enjoying them both.
I don't like either.
You don't like either? Okay, so on for the ride.
She doesn't like either.
Well, I hope you had a really good time.
I did, because of you guys.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure.
Not
Are
him.
we going to be able to get you back out on another trail?
Yes.
You come with us?
Yes.
Yes, we will.
So you still have faith in us, but we're not over the last stops.
We would go again.
We'll see how this works out.
All right.
We're going to keep them in good hands.
I'm out here with one of the coolest kids you'll ever meet. This is Stetson. So, Stetson, we've been on Double Sammy today. What's been your favorite part of the day?
Probably hanging with the people, being social, riding.
Okay. If you had to choose one obstacle that you haven't done yet, what would it be?
The chute.
You want to go up the chute? Okay, we're going to make that happen. So, I have to be a little biased here, but what's been your favorite thing about wheeling with Slick Rock?
Probably hanging with the people, maybe just socializing, really.
Okay, it is. There's so many good people out here. You make a lot of good friends, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here from Stetson. This is our next generation of wheeler. We are going to go take this young man up the chute while you check out this next story.
Ever since House Bill 180 was passed, the Utah Division of Outdoor Recreation has required OHV users to complete an education course before operating on public land. There are two different courses, one for adults and one for youth under 18. While it can be easily completed online, the Off-Highway Vehicle Program also offers several free youth hands-on ATV courses every year, allowing new riders a chance to take control and learn from practical instruction.
This actually fulfills the OHV requirement, education requirement for the youth. The little difference between the two is just doing it online and doing the 3-hour course, but today we're actually hands-on. So they get to be out here actually doing the movements, actually implementing what we're actually teaching them. So it kind of just gives them more engagement.
There's been a mandatory requirement for anyone under the age of 18 to take a safety course before operating an off-highway vehicle on public land. So that's for a motorcycle, a side-by-side, or an ATV. We want the future riders in Utah and the current riders to make sure that they understand a few things, that they understand how the machine operates, that they understand the ethics of riding in Utah, that they understand trail etiquette, that they ride responsibly, stay on trail, and so some of that messaging is pushed here. But really today, this course is really about how your machine operates and handles.
I think it's super beneficial, not only teaching the skill sets, but kind of introducing the machine a little more. When it's hands-on, they can instruct them on what certain things to do and how you use them properly.
So then you have your hand brake and then you have your foot brake.
I just feel better about taking them out and feeling safe about them being on their machine. I just definitely want them to learn how to feel safe on it and in control of their equipment, just so I could feel better about them riding.
There's some things that are missed when you just get out and go ride, and so understanding a few of those concepts around braking and turning and weight distribution and stuff is very, very helpful. The big thing I've seen is the confidence factor.
I get out, I do a lot of dunes riding and trail riding. Been doing it since I was a kid, so it's super fun to see these kids start young too. They're able to actually go out and do it and see it done. Because the most important thing about safety is education. That's the first step. So a lot of the times kids, they're gonna do the online course and it's gonna go through one ear and out the other. But with this, they actually get to do it. And it's a lot of repetitive movements. So they're really gonna get it locked in their brain so they can actually implement it when they go out and ride with their families.
About 2 years ago, there was a mandatory adult off-highway education course that was passed, and that was actually brought forth by the OHV community. So that's a free course that you can take online. I think there's been about 350,000 people that have taken that course in the last couple of years. A lot of those have been from people coming from in-state to ride to places like Moab and Sand Hollow and some of our other great riding destinations. I mean, anecdotally, we're seeing an improvement in trail etiquette, people staying on the trail, and courtesy on the trails, which is a good thing.
No matter how you recreate, the best way to do it responsibly is by being courteous to other users and respecting everyone's right to enjoy the outdoors in their own way. Respecting the trails and staying on designated routes will ensure that trails can stay open. And the best thing you can do for others is help them establish good habits early on.
If you're going to ride under the age of 18 in Utah on public lands, you have to wear a helmet. It needs to be a DOT approved helmet. It can't be a bicycle helmet. And that's just because of the danger, right? There's rocks, you can easily tip or fall. We want to protect your head, and that's the most important thing. So helmets are proven to work. If you're under the age of 18, you're required to wear a helmet. We encourage all adults as well to wear helmets. The second thing is if you're going to operate on public land, you need to take a safety course. You can do that online at recreation.utah.gov for our youth courses. There is a charge. There's a couple of vendors for those online. I think it's $30. The adult education course, which is 18 and over, is free, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime course. The third thing is if you're under the age of 18, you have to ride with adult supervision.
I've learned a lot watching my kids go through it and kind of listening what the instructors say.
Look on DNR's website. They have a lot of resources that you can use, and this is a free course. The kids are having fun and enjoying it and learning a lot.
Seeing it click, seeing these kids actually learn, that's one of my favorite things about my whole entire job, is that I get to teach these kids and I get to see them learn and get excited about safety. Seeing them from the beginning of the class to the end of the class, the confidence. I'm so glad that I get to actually see that.
Welcome back to AYL. There are tons of vendors here. We're gonna go check it out, do a little bit of shopping, do a little mingling. While we're doing that, check out next week's show.
Hey, thanks, Kurt. Next week, Phil and Scott are joining the folks from North Lake Powell Adventures as they head back to Tigaboo for their fall rally in Bullfrog Valley. Then it's time to saddle up. We join the folks from DNR at Antelope Island to get a look at the annual Bison Roundup. Finally, we are going to head off to the Red Rocks in full-size machines as we venture out to Sand Hollow on a veterans ride at Trail Hero.
Thanks for joining us today. We're out just finishing Double Sammy. This has been a great trail with a great group of people out here. Remember, life's an adventure. Get off your couch and go find it.
Adventures go on!